And welcome back, everyone. It's the week of What If, which means every Tuesday and Friday, there is a one-shot What If we got to talk about. And from Parker Smith, we have the question we kind of all wonder. What if Chi-Chi wasn't a tiger mom? Like, what if she wasn't just so controlling and demanding and bad-tempered and not a good mom? That's not fair. I think we do give Chi-Chi too much hate. She does mean well. She does. It's not out of malice, but she's overstepped and she's not considered everything. Because her incessant desire to have Gohan be a scholar, I mean, yes, Gohan also wanted to study on his own too, but her incessant push for that and not allowing him to train has hurt the universe in ways, because Gohan got weaker in the Buu saga. But Gohan had, at minimum, maintained his level of power. He first off would have probably straight out beat Deborah. And even if he hadn't, he would have beaten the hell out of him a lot easier. Unfortunately, Buu would have woken up earlier. But honestly, if Gohan was allowed to keep training, he probably would have pushed, maybe even gotten to Super Saiyan 3. It's entirely possible. 7 years. We know you can do it with a living body. It's just difficult to do. We saw Vegeta do it in Dama, so we know you can do it. And I don't count Gotenks because that's magical, but this is the Patara, so either way. So what if Chi-Chi wasn't a tiger mom? Okay, so we have to pinpoint where the tiger mom moments actually are. And honestly, what's the best way to put it? Her being a tiger mom doesn't hurt the series until a little later on. So if we're looking at, just say, start with the Saiyan saga with Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa, her being a tiger mom actually doesn't negatively affect any of this. Like, yeah, Gohan's probably too young to start training at that point, so there's no reason to start him training, nor would Goku really be pushing for it. Obviously, then Piccolo would kidnap Gohan, teach him how to fight. Eventually, Gohan grows a pair and actually starts to fight and, not be scared of so much shit. So right out the gate, okay, wonderful. Then there's the whole Namek thing. He would have gone to Namek anyway, and she still probably would have told him to study regardless. How he got that haircut, I'll never know. But, yeah, nothing changes with her being a tiger mom there. Now, when they come back from Namek, that's where we might start to see a little change. Because Gohan does want to, at that point, at least stay as fit as possible and as strong as possible. So I think she does allow him to maintain his strength, at least. I mean, he never lost strength. Maybe train just to wait for their dad to show up while studying as well. So, I mean, I'm not saying Gohan would be insanely stronger, but I think he'd be a little bit stronger. Then you go into the android arc. She is openly, letting Gohan train with Goku and Piccolo. Like, she is very much, yes, train my boy. Get him strong. So, that's good. The problem is that they did that anyway. Here's the thing. Every time she's Tiger Mom, they kind of circumvent it is the problem. Or not every time, but a lot of times that would be important for Tiger Mom desires to, not really affect things. They've kind of circumvented it. I'm not saying that during those off periods, Gohan might not still get a chance to train more with his dad, but Gohan openly wants to study is the thing. So that's not just a Chi-Chi thing. That is a Gohan thing. But I still think you are resulting in a somewhat stronger Gohan, which, great, wonderful. Once again, doesn't affect the Cell arc because Gohan is still training all that. She even let him do that because, the world was at stake, all that. And because you're getting a slightly stronger Gohan, you still, once again, get a slightly stronger Gohan. Which then means that Cell gets beaten a little bit easier, but unfortunately Goku still dies because Goku died not because Gohan was too weak, but because Gohan's arrogance got the best of him. The power uptick was just so great, it literally caused the Goku to come out of him, the Vegeta to come out of him. As he said in a bridge, "What is this shit, genetic?" Yeah, I did just what my father and Vegeta do. What is this shit, genetic? Yeah, a little bit. Now, okay. Buu arc is where we would see probably the biggest change up. Because, again, she's stressed Gohan's study. She doesn't want him to be a fighter. And I think, you know what, I think that is the biggest problem everyone has with Chi-Chi. It's not inherently that she wants him to study. In fact, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. She actually makes a very good point that you can't really make a living the way these guys do, and she just wants the best for her son. I don't argue any of that. But why couldn't he have done both, Chi-Chi? That's the problem. There is no reason that he could not have done both. Why? You want him studying because otherwise you're not giving him any social life. You're literally just having him study every day, all the time. Good luck trying to find a girl if that were the case. I mean, yeah, he found Videl, but that was ironically they because of fighting. So guess what, Chi-Chi? This isn't quite the best strategy. It's not entirely bad, but you didn't think it through and you're being a little too mom. You're being a little too mom right now. But if we are allowing Gohan to train throughout this entire time, like I said, legitimately, there's an argument because also hybrid Saiyans have a better potential threshold than pure-blooded Saiyans, as we've seen, because of their more in-depth emotional connections, all that, and maybe just the biology allows them to be a bit stronger too. Hell, we saw that with Gohan in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. His base was you've seen the official power levels. His base was far higher than Goku's. Even Goku maxed out was only so much stronger than Gohan. So, yeah, no, Gohan being able to access Super Saiyan 3 legitimately is if he's actually training, if he's allowed to train and actually train hard when he's not studying, then I'm going to be honest, yeah, I think he could do it. And the fun part about this would be that Goku could sense it. Goku would be able to sense it from the other world. Like, no way. Not only did I do it, but Gohan did it too. And so, they still bonds of Videl, teach her how to fly. Goku comes back, and when he sees Gohan, I'm back. And as Vegeta's walking, hey, so, in the other world, I was able to sense that power up. You tell me, you hit the next phase, you hit the next level, didn't you? Yo, wait, yeah, wait, does that mean, yeah, no, awesome. Wait, yeah. It's like, so when this is all over, you want to see who's stronger? Yeah! Like, they kind of get a little, jazzed about it. Like, yeah, let's see who Super Saiyan 3 is stronger. Which won't happen because we have to deal with the Buu stuff. Surprisingly, most of the tournament goes the same up until that Kibito Gohan fight. He says, Gohan, turn into a Super Saiyan. All right, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Goes Super Saiyan. Now, his Super Saiyan, obviously, he's much stronger here than he is in the original. I would argue, because we know Goku was also stronger than Super Saiyan 2, and Vegeta were both stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. They just were. He said they were stronger than when he fought Cell. Now, we don't have an official power level, but we do know Goku's power, as I want to say about 3,000 killies when he goes Super Saiyan. If I were to guess, and I'm just guessing here, because there's no confirmation what a killie is one killie is equivalent to, I am willing to guess that 1,000 killies, so if I just backtrack here, 1 killie is equivalent to about 1 million. Because I believe they said with 300 killies it's possible to destroy a planet. That's 300 million. That being said, it's a lot easier. It's possible to destroy a planet even without that. So 3,000 killies. I would actually argue that 1 killie is probably equal to about 1 million. That would make sense. Just because we know Goku's power in Super Saiyan was well into the billions at that point. And it makes for an even round number of around 6 billion. And it's roughly believed Gohan may have been around 5 billion, roughly, when he fought Cell. And Cell would have been around 4. Again, there's no confirmation. I'm just spitballing information based on the little information we have. Gohan, at minimum, is probably as strong as his dad. In fact, I think that's not an unreasonable ask. Because once you get to a certain level, the training to get your power level higher becomes more difficult the stronger you get, unless you're doing more extreme training. But obviously, Gohan was also training not just with Super Saiyan 2, but learning to access Super Saiyan 3. So I'd imagine he's either right around his dad's strength or maybe even a little above Goku's strength. So he shows off Super Saiyan. Then he shows off Super Saiyan 2. Now, does he show off Super Saiyan 3? That one, I don't know. Because I can even see Kibito. You could go even further beyond. But that's not the power we sensed on this planet so long ago. Yeah, I could go even further beyond if I wanted to. He's even stronger, but I don't want to really risk hurting anyone here. Because he's stronger here, and we know Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the Buu saga was roughly speaking half of Majin Buu. There might have been a couple people they had stole the energy from beforehand, but he was about half of Majin Buu. And that's Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, which actually tells you how strong Buu really was. I mean, surprisingly strong, but not as strong as you kind of. And then again, he also ate Deborah, so that added a chunk onto his power level too. Anyway, I digress. So that means when they still allow Gohan to get his energy stolen, Buu's going to be more at around. Let's see, he was weaker than his Cell Game Saga counterpart, but so that's about 4 billion maybe. So that would mean then you add 200. So basically, you're adding about 50%. Buu would be at 75% already. But then they would quickly go take care of Pui Pui, take care of Yakon, Deborah. Go on again would just go on and Super Saiyan 2 would really be whooping on Deborah, but he nopes out of there. They possess Vegeta. Now when Gohan goes Super Saiyan, Gohan doesn't want to go Super Saiyan 2 or 3 unless he has to because it's still an energy drain. He saves it for last his trump card. He blows up the sphere. Buu comes out. And it's like, what? No way. And they feel his power. Obviously Goku and Vegeta are, doing their fight. But Gohan looks at Buu, and she's like, I see. So this is it. Well, unfortunately, I can't allow this thing to exist. Then can I? Gohan, I told you, I haven't shown you everything I can do yet. Huh? He gets smacked around a bit, but he gets back up, barely, but he's able to get back up. Power starts piling. What? His power. He's still. Deborah's voice is a lot deeper. It was incredible. His powers keep growing. And Vegeta says, no, impossible. That brat's even stronger than we are now. Well, how about that? He got to show it off after all. What? You knew about this? Yeah, to be honest, I could. This is where Goku is. To be honest, I could do it too, but I know it would drain my energy, so I wanted to save it for when me and Gohan were able to spar a little bit. You're holding back this entire time! Yeah, unfortunately, Vegeta, I don't have time to play with it. And so Goku would also. They also feel the power coming off there. It's like, I don't have time to waste on this. It's going to drain as much time I have. He just quickly blitzes Vegeta. Just boom, boom, yonk. That was a weird noise. Yoink. But so and then he powers down real quick. He goes to aid Go and uses his last Senzu beam to go and aid Gohan. Meanwhile, Gohan's ready. It's like, I'm ready. Show me what you got. And just Buu starts obliterating Majin Buu, just going to town on him. And it should be noted, Goku even admits he probably could have beaten Majin Buu when they had fought. But he wanted the next generation to take the torch, but that didn't work out. So, yeah, hindsight, what are you gonna do? I mean, he didn't know this was gonna happen. So if Gohan's roughly the same and determined to kill Buu, then Buu is going to die. And Goku, and if Gohan's struggling, starting to weaken, Goku is like, no, Goku, you barely have any time left, and time left. I know, King Kai, but Gohan needs help. If I'm gonna use up what time I have left, I'm gonna do it now. I'm doing it here, and he powers up one more time. And they do a father-son Super Saiyan 3 Kamehameha. Just what? Just wipe him out completely. No, my beloved Buu. It's impossible. They killed Majin Buu. And obviously, they quickly take care of Deborah. Bobbity gets, arrested, whatever. I do think, however, I think that Supreme Kai and Kibito both say, basically say, no, we're going to work it out, so we're going to give Goku his life back. He's been invaluable. He was invaluable along with you, Gohan. But for now, we'll take Vegeta to undo the Majin that was done on him. Vegeta's still probably knocked out at this point. And he'll have to answer for when you undo it, bring him back here. We'll look after him. Very well then. And so after using the Dragon Balls or someone's Dragon Balls or whatever they need to do, because we know that old Kai was able to just give his life to Goku. He ultimately bring Goku back after whatever they need to do. Goku's back. Oh, we can be a family again. So there you go. Gohan still allowed to train if he wants to. Unfortunately, here's the thing: as Gohan became an adult, like just adult, married Videl, all that. Chi didn't have a bit. I mean, yeah, she did try to have a sway on her life. God, that filler where she was just demanding what was going to happen with Pan, not even her own kid. God, that was the textbook. That was a textbook episode of why Chi-Chi is not a good character. Why she is annoying as all hell. So she might still do that, but the problem now is, apart from the fact that Gohan doesn't have ultimate form, is the fact that Chi-Chi doesn't actually have any sway on how he conducts his life. After that, I mean, yeah, he'd still probably have Super Saiyan 3 when Beerus shows up. Beerus does, it's the same thing that other Saiyan used. Your father, perhaps. It's like, well, it's still not enough. Vegeta would have been brought back eventually. He probably still very bitter about shit, but ultimately he comes around when he just sees Goku just keeps, fighting on against even Beerus. Goku would probably get Super Saiyan God. There's no reason Gohan would. And after that, unfortunately, there comes the problem of, Gohan just slacked in his training after that. And it wasn't anything to do with Chi-Chi. It was Gohan. Up until you get to the Tournament of Power, everything would stay the same. Gohan would train back up to get to Super Saiyan 3. Unfortunately, the whole Super Saiyan 4 thing, whether or not Dama is canon or not, is a problem. Because where the F is Super Saiyan 4 otherwise? Is Dragon Ball... Okay, is Dragon Ball Dama canon? Please tell me it's not, because otherwise... It is canon. It's a direct continuation of Majin Buu arc, according to producer Ajayama Super Buu. Then why the hell is... See, this is the problem. GT, understandable, makes no sense. Like, there's a lot wrong with it. And even Toriyama didn't have any real say in that. But, Toriyama, God rest your soul, if you're making that series canon, why the hell can't Goku still go Super Saiyan 4 or Vegeta? I mean, Vegeta not doing Super Saiyan 3 anymore. We actually get an idea of why he doesn't when Trunks basically says, I got something better than that. I was like, show me it. It's like, what? Oh, well, yeah, I got something better than that. Plus, it's not a very, good form. I mean, I love the form in terms of design. I really do. But, yeah. And you might think, well, because it was magic. The Namekian guy was able to, awaken something in Goku. Yeah, he awoken something in Goku. But guess what? In that final fight, Goku didn't need any extra aid to go into Super Saiyan 4 again. He just powered up to Super Saiyan 3 and then powered up even further. So where on God's green earth is Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Super? Where? Are you? Unless in the manga, whenever I don't know if that's it's still going on right now. In the manga, we will see Super Saiyan 4 maybe come back. I mean, maybe we'll see him combine it with Ultra Instinct or something like that, which would be pretty beast. But yeah, I mean, look, I'd say it's the same issue. I'd say you could make the argument that it's the same thing as why Goku can't just, at least in the anime, go Ultra Instinct. Vegeta even asks why, tells him to go Ultra Instinct. It's like, I can't. I mean, maybe that's it, but the problem is Goku does straight out say he can't in Super. Whereas in Dama, Vegeta asks him at the end, Yeah, did you know you could do that? Yeah, I always felt there was more power in there, but I never knew how to access it. He never. Can Goku still go Super Saiyan 4? Let's just ask that question. Can Goku still use at Super Saiyan 4? In the current continuity of Dragon Ball Super, Goku does not have access to Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 is transformation GT, not part of... Okay, yeah, but we're talking about Dama. Not, okay. Story of Dama contradicts the timeline of Super, and Goku does not use Super Saiyan 4 in the Super Saga. Yeah, by all accounts, he should still have that shit. Okay, I'm sorry. It really annoys me that I'm sure before he passed, Toriyama, God rest his soul, he had a reason for why Goku can't do it. The problem is Dama doesn't actually Goku doesn't explain that he can't do it. He just says, "Oh yeah, I knew I had other power." That's all that came down to. So, so maybe you could make an argument for Gohan doing that instead of Ultimate Gohan, because that would be the next step in power. There's no Beast Gohan here, although it could look, that would be pretty cool. His Super Saiyan 4 form looks more like is colored like Beast Gohan, which would make it look like Super Saiyan 5 from AF, which would actually be really cool. You know what? Screw it. You know what? That would actually make some sense too when you think about it. Because his hybrid nature would give him more potential. And beyond that, him training, say, against his dad, the Super Saiyan Blue, when, the Tournament of Power is coming, could push him beyond his limit and cause him to go Super Saiyan 4. Now, how strong is Super Saiyan 4 compared to Super Saiyan Blue? We have no goddamn idea. We know and we also don't even know how strong Super Saiyan Canon Super Saiyan 4 is compared to Super Saiyan 3. How strong? Let's see if we can find an answer to that. How strong is Super Saiyan 4 in Dama? Do we have a calc on this or not? Power significantly stronger than Super Saiyan 3, but likely not as powerful as the GT version. Seemed to be magically induced transformation, allowing Goku to tap into a deeper Saiyan power. While strong, it's not permanent form, it's likely temporary. The problem with that is it doesn't seem to be the case. Like, that could be an explanation. I'm not saying it isn't. But we just don't have an answer. And he was able to do it again on his own, because the AI overview thing where Google is saying is showing that first time he did it as a kid. But guess what? He powered up again on his own, so that kind of defeats that. But Super Saiyan 4 Dawn is supposed to be shown to be stronger, even possibly 3 or 4 times stronger. Yeah, it does not seem to be quite the same level of power as Super Saiyan 4 from GT. It doesn't seem to be that strong. Because that form was very, very strong. But yeah, like 3 or 4 times, or 5, maybe even 5. Actually, that sounds like a good round number. Let's say 5 times roughly stronger. That would put him not even close to Beerus, but on a level of power that can be very useful in the Tournament of Power. It's also a form that is just easier to maintain than Super Saiyan 3. So you would get pretty much everyone you would still get in the Tournament of Power. Gohan really wouldn't be, even with Super Saiyan 4, which he's probably maintaining throughout the entire fight, or the majority of it, like he'll probably just bounce to it when he needs to, but stay in his base form normally. Otherwise, if you factor in all his fights, the only time Super Saiyan 4 probably is going to be put into contest. It's going to be contested. That's what I was looking for. Is when he fights. Oh God, what's his name? The Pride Trooper. The one that looks somewhat like Beerus, the purple rabbit. Okay, there was Jiren, there was Topo, Dispo. So against Dispo, the question is, would Super Saiyan 4 Gohan be stronger than, let's call it what it is, Ultimate Gohan at that point? I don't know. Because we don't really have a gauge of how strong Ultimate Gohan was at that point. Because the whole idea of that form is your ceiling is broken. It's the kind of the Saitama thing. You have no upper limit. You can just keep going. as long as you keep training, but if you can fall out of it too if you lax on your training. Whereas this is just a fixed multiplier, but it'd be 3 or 4 times stronger than Super Saiyan 4, which is already 400 times your base. So if you're saying 5 times, that means that form is about, roughly speaking, 2,000 times stronger than base. I'd be willing to actually bet that form might be stronger than Gohan at that time. I'd be willing to actually put some money on that. Regardless, though, would Gohan be able to manage to stay in the ring because of the strategy with Dispo, him, and Frieza? I don't think so, just because Dispo's whole, shtick was speed. And so, yeah, ultimately, another thing would change in the tournament of power, which then leads to the final arc for Gohan in this, which would be Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Him kind of falling out of practice again, then going to Super Saiyan 4 to try to beat Cell Max. It is not enough. And unfortunately, this is where the big problem actually occurs. Because without that Boost the Beast form, Gohan does not have the power to beat Cell Max. Piccolo is stronger than Gohan now. Because it was his own, it's believed to be his own potential plus the ultimate form unlocking and Gohan's, innate in power in combination with that. So, yeah, not good. It wouldn't be good. So that would mean that everyone's pretty screwed. Cell Max is rampaging. Eventually, though, Beerus, Whis, Goku, Boro, all of them would probably get notified eventually. Like, figure out, oh dear, there's something going on Earth. And eventually they'd go down and defeat Cell Max. So, surprisingly, if Chi-Chi wasn't a Tiger Mom, it does actually hinder Gohan. Because Gohan's personality isn't... Chi-Chi being a Tiger Mom was not solely the problem. It was also the fact that Gohan wanted to study. He wanted to be a nerd. He wanted to hit the books. And so that weakened him further. And if he's not getting the ultimate Gohan form power up, that screws things up for the world. So, yeah, if Chi-Chi wasn't a Tiger Mom, it wouldn't be that drastic of a change, but it wouldn't end well for a little while until, Dad had to step in. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts, though. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.